Okay, this is the fourth time I've tried to start this video, and the video quality is pretty bad. I don't know exactly why, but this is not my usual time. This is impromptu, so I'm just going to wait for some people to show up. I'm not even sure if this is going out, quite honestly, the way it's gone so far. Okay, people are starting to come on. Hello, Teresa. This is, like I said, not my usual time. This is not my usual subject. Sorry, someone just tried to call me. Sorry about that. Hello. I had to give it a few more moments. I think we all know why we're here. I mean, if you saw the description as to why I'm on, this is tangentially, associated with healthcare. But it seems like every month I gotta testify. I gotta say something. This is not okay. All right, we got more people. There's Shane, Tyler, Sandy. Hello, Tom. Invite your friends. This one's not going to be fun. God, like any of them were fun. As we know, I'm just going to start. I can't wait anymore. So we are the proud recipients of another school shooting in Florida. And there was video of this happening, taken by students. Dead bodies on the floor. Blood everywhere. Students. Children. And it keeps happening. And it keeps happening. And every time it does, we get thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers are not going to solve anything. The God that the GOP and the NRA pray to is going to kick their ass when their time comes. Thoughts and prayers without action is meaningless. I've got toilet paper that has more usefulness than the people in Congress who will do nothing, who refuse to do anything. Their silence, their inaction is complicity. They are directly responsible. They may not be pulling the trigger, but they are just as guilty. This is not an isolated incident. We've been talking about mass shooting in this country for as long as I can remember. We are not simply more violent. We are not simply more bloodthirsty. But we do have problems. We don't take guns seriously in this country. We don't take lives seriously in this country. We don't take healthcare seriously in this country. The only thing that matters in this country, according to the people in Congress, is money, profit. That's it. Everything else and anyone else can go to hell. You matter in this country depending in direct proportion to how much money you have. And how much of that money you're willing to hand over to the people in power. To the people in Congress. Who will stand up and will give heartwarming speeches. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of the afflicted. Fuck you! You don't get to stand up and give platitudes if you're not willing to follow that up with immediate action. And there are plethora of options available to you. And it doesn't matter what it is. You say you don't want to take away people's guns. You say it's a healthcare issue. But you also got healthcare. You absolutely, positively can't play it both sides. And the other solution I've heard, there would be significantly fewer casualties if the teachers were allowed to be armed. Really? That's what it's come to? You want to turn schools into prisons and school teachers into armed guards. As if they would be up to the task. My 9th grade French teacher was 68 years old. I'd love to see her with a gun. Couldn't see me from halfway across the room, but I'm sure she'd shoot the shooter dead on arrival. That's who I want protecting me. Do you have any idea what the shot accuracy rate is for professionals? Police? 30 to 34%. They fire, they hit their intended target. And these people are trained. And you got people who just love their guns. I don't give a fuck what you love. I don't give a shit about your guns. I give a shit about your attitude about your guns. About your complicity in the situation we have now. Don't take my guns. I may have to rise up against the government. Really? Back in the day when we wrote the Second Amendment, if you wanted to overthrow your government, the government had muskets. And yeah, they had some other equipment. They had some cannons. They did have some firearms that could shoot more than 2 rounds in a minute. Not much more, but some. But if you wanted to rise up against your government, a musket was all you needed. A musket and all your friends. You want to rise up against a modern-day government? They got drones, motherfucker! They got airplanes. They've got rocket-propelled grenades. They can take you out from 20 miles away, half the world away. They can take you out. Your AR-15 ain't gonna do you shit. You want to rise up against your government in an armed revolution? You're dead. The government, if they want to beat you, they're gonna beat you. You can't match them muscle for muscle. So give it up. You're going to have to try something else. You're going to have to put your goddamn gun down. You're going to have to start thinking with your head and join the rest of us. You want to overthrow a government? Do it. But it ain't going to be done in an armed insurrection. And teachers with guns? Really? Armed professionals can't hit their target more than 3 times out of 10 shots. And that's their job. That's all they do. They are police officers. They are trained to shoot. And you think you're going to take school teachers and turn them into armed guards. And that they will be able to have 100% accuracy. Absolutely no one will be caught in the crossfire. Because here it is. You say you want your gun for self-protection. If someone, if someone comes into your home and you want to be able to protect yourself, but your gun, by law, has to be locked up and unloaded. So if you're lucky, 50% of the time, you ain't even going to make it to your locker. If you're lucky. What about the other 50% of the time? Let's say someone does break in. And let's say they do have a gun. And let's say they do mean to do you harm. How are you under pressure? Sure, you've got the gun. Yeah, you went to the rifle range. Yeah, you've took lessons. You know what you're doing, right? Have you ever had to shoot at someone who was shooting at you? Have you ever had to shoot when the actual fear of impending death is actually in your heart? How many of you gun-loving people out there fit that description? How many of you would actually be able to accurately shoot? Now let's say the person does have a gun, didn't mean to do you harm, they just have it because, well, everyone's got a gun now, I better have one. How are they under pressure? They just wanted to take your DVD player, they wanted to rob your computer, they wanted to get some easy cash. They didn't know you were home, but yeah, you are. And now you're shooting at them. Now you are a direct threat to their life. So what are they going to do? Are they going to run? Or are they going to try to take you out? You are creating choices. Choices that didn't have to be there. But you've got to stand your ground, right? You are creating more problems than you are solving. Unless you are actual military, unless you are actual police force, you don't have the training to rise even to that level. And like I said, their accuracy is on average 3 out of 10. Where are those other 7 bullets going? In a school where people are running around screaming? And you think you're going to lower the death count? You are dreaming. And you are perpetrating the murders that are happening all around us now, apparently. We need common sense gun control. We need commitments to health care. Do you realize that the people that were shot down in Las Vegas, many of them have GoFundMe pages to help finance their medical bills? The federal government wants to make sure that guns can get in the hands of people that should not have them, but don't give a shit about your wounds, about whether or not you're actually going to go broke, assuming, of course, you survive in the first place. This is fucked up beyond all recognition. This is not civilization. How many people have to die? Exactly how many? To everyone that is okay with this, everyone in Congress, everyone in the Oval Office, every one of you NRA motherfuckers, give me a number. Exactly how many is an acceptable loss so you can keep your guns? Is it only going to matter when it's your kid, your school? I'm absolutely done playing around. You're not going to get serious about mental health in this country? Fuck you. You're not going to get serious about gun laws? Fuck you. I am absolutely done. This is the last one. It is a sensitive issue. I have tried very hard not to speak up. I can't keep quiet anymore. And I don't understand anyone else that can. So spread the word. I'm done. Everyone has to be done. My Congressman Tom MacArthur, wants concealed carry reciprocity. We have good gun control laws in New Jersey, but it's not good enough for him, because if someone else from another state has lax gun control, they should be able to come in here and everything's supposed to be just fine. He is complicit in the murder of everyone in Florida today. He is complicit. He wants to have an open and honest dialogue after he's given his thoughts and prayers. But I know exactly who he's going to talk to. He's going to talk to the orange-haired buffoon in the White House, and he's going to talk to the NRA. That's it. I know exactly who he is, I know exactly what he wants, and I know exactly who he works for, and it ain't us. Paul Ryan, go to hell. Millions of dollars taken from the NRA. And we wonder exactly why we don't get action. Marco Rubio says he got the call today that no one wants to get. I don't give a shit what you want, Rubio. Do what is right. Do it now or get the fuck out of our house. Save lives, motherfucker. Or get out. I have had enough. I am not going to settle for turning our neighborhoods into armed insurrection zones. I will not tolerate schools being turned into prisons. I will not tolerate teachers having to be armed. That is going in the absolute wrong direction. We need to go in the other way. We need to solve the actual problem. More guns gives us more death. And assault rifles? Are you fucking kidding me? You can go off and get rocket launchers. That's insane. No one needs these weapons for self-protection. These are military-grade weapons. They're absolutely, fundamentally anathema to a civilized society in the hands of ordinary citizens. What you got there, Bob? I got myself an AK-47. Sounds to me like you're hunting some squirrel. So we need to get organized. This is serious shit. Don't be silent, please. Be loud, be obnoxious, just be heard. Make sure that no one in Congress is ever safe from your rage, from your outrage. Tell them their thoughts and prayers are worthless, and so are they. Make sure that they are held to account. Get on the phone and just start reciting names of victims. Make sure it haunts their dreams. Because they are guilty. Anyway, this is not my usual topic. This is not my usual time, so I've been holding this in for quite some time. I don't care what side of the debate you're on, pro-gun, anti-gun. The debate has got to be over. At the very least, if you're a pro-gun, you have got to, as a matter of necessity, allow the CDC or some other professional, nonpartisan organization to study gun violence. Let's know exactly what the fuck we're talking about. We have got to limit the amount of guns out there. We can get them all back. The federal government is a sovereign nation with a fiat currency. If it wants to buy back all the guns, it can do it. 10 times the cost. Cost you $200 to get it? I'll give you $20,000. There's any number of ways to put the fucking genie back in the bottle. But even if there isn't, the answer cannot and shall not be more guns. If genies are the problem, we don't need fucking more genies. So fight. But fight with this. Not with this. You're not James fucking Bond. All right. I'm out. Please. Please. Let's get this done. We need health care as a human right. We need single payer. And we need to get a Congress that will tell the NRA to fuck off. And let's get this done. So I'll be back next Wednesday. Or possibly sooner. Who the hell knows? Sky's the limit these days. I love you guys. Share this video. If it's got to be a conversation, let's get the conversation going. But let's get somewhere. Let's do something. Let us not accept more death. All right. Good night. Bye-bye.